Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 13th April 2022. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback, and I have written booklets on fiction, spiritualism, and assorted subjects. This is essentially a spiritual channel with YouTube. Today we shall talk about ESP, demonic and divine behavior, and the third and fourth heavenly planets. This discussion will cover almost every of these topics. Do demons and angels exist? Does demonic and divine behavior exist? According to scholars, they do, yes. Now, how we shall go about it, we will see now. First is the soul that has somehow come into this material universe. Here, after being wrapped up in several bodies, it is ultimately wrapped up in a human body and its karma or destiny begins. This body is made up of four layers, of which the first three are causal, subtle, and etheric, and the fourth is gross. Vibrations from the causal intelligence, astral mind, and etheric senses are sent to the gross body, which is visible to the naked eye in the universe, and this gross body gives the outlet to such vibrations through its own organs. This is something that we all know. Now, according to my own deduction and from what I gleaned from spiritual knowledge, the facts may be like this. 100% of human beings are kept in this nursery, which is a small, minuscule part of the first heavenly planet called Bhuloka. They are kept in this nursery so that they can evolve materialistically and spiritually. Now, 100% are the living entities initially, but of these, 75% remain as humans and get reincarnated birth after birth, death after death as human beings, whereas 20% slowly, gradually, but surely gravitate toward the seven hellish planets, and 5% gravitate towards the spiritual, divine, heavenly planets. In other words, 75% remain human, 25% are attracted towards demonic hellish planets, and 5% are attracted towards divine heavenly planets. 20% may be less than 75%, but it is more than 5%. This we have to keep in mind before we discuss this further. Now, among those 20% who are attracted towards the hellish planets, the living entities slowly and surely become demonic in nature and end up as actual demons later when they reach the hellish planets. Because 20% is more than 5%, hence their influence is more than that of divinity. The demonic nature is a negative, active, dark, and violent force, whereas divine is passive, light, non-violent, and divine force. Because the 20% are active and powerful and influential, hence there is a lot of strife and violence and tragedy in the nursery called Bhuloka, whereas there are only 5% divine beings who try to protect the innocent humans from these demonic forces. So, demons do exist and divine do exist. The demonic people become demons, whereas the divine become angels and spiritualists, and they slowly graduate to other heavenly planets. Of these heavenly planets, we have already talked about the first and the second. The first is Bhuloka, the second is Bhuvarloka, also known as Siddhaloka. Now comes the third. People from Siddhaloka may slowly graduate into Swargaloka after some time. This Swargaloka is actually a sojourn for these exalted living entities. It is not necessary that they have to live in Swargaloka forever. Kindly remember that the Bhuloka and the Siddhaloka people have already become self-realized. The second step in spiritualism is liberation. Seeds for liberation are sown in the Swargaloka alone. However, they are also not in a large number. There are self-realized souls who wish to remain in the Swargaloka planets birth after birth, whereas some of them become spiritual and tend to crave towards liberation. They crave liberation, and hence the seeds of liberation that were sown for in the Swargaloka germinate slowly, and these living entities tend to go towards liberation. They are self realized already, but now the second step of the spiritual journey begins. Once these people are qualified enough, they leave the Swargaloka and go to the Maharloka. Maharloka is for people who want to meditate towards liberation. This also includes saints and other spiritual living entities who are already siddhas and self realized. The next step for them is liberation. Hence, they strive for it and try to help those other living entities who are self realized but who are not yet liberated so that they can in turn contact the etheric bodies in the Bhuloka and who will in turn send vibrations to the human spiritualists and humans in general. That is how things operate. We have today talked about the Maharloka. After Maharloka, the third step in spiritualism is deliverance. We shall talk about deliverance in detail in our next video. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk in this video. If you feel that I am talking sense, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet next time in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.